Hey, brothers and sisters, this is Bro.Elihu. I really don't know what the deal is, man, because I don't know, man. I can't seem to get niggas to get the gist of this shit, man, and I can't do it by myself, you know? The little young boy, man, here in Baltimore, man, he died the other day, you know? He died and shit a few days back. They broke 80% of his spine. After they broke 80% of his spine, they dragged him and lifted him up and tossed him in a paddy wagon, literally. You know? Grabbing his wrists, motherfucking ankles, and hoisting his ass up in the air, and literally, you know, on 3, 1, 2, on the back and forth, you know, pendulum motion, 3, and then releasing his ass, tossing him in that motherfucker. Because shorty goddamn legs was broke, they broke the fucking, his fucking spine. Do you know how much fucking violence and hate and little pressure it takes to break someone's spine? It's like the strongest goddamn bone in the body, man. You know? It's like a chain link. A chain, you know, made of links. It's strong, man. And not only that, man, then it has, you know, these nerves that's made like cords and shit. You know? Which is the central nervous system. This is the, like, instead of marrow, your spinal cord has cords in it, electrical nerves, you know what I mean, that attach from the base of your brain, you know what I mean, and then these nerves run down the spine, like the spine is basically like a wire, like for instance, a cable sorta, you know, just like that. And instead of, you know, having copper wires in there, they got nerves. And the spine itself is the bone structure around it, you know, that holds the bundle together. It's made up of 32 discs. And at the 33rd point is where your spinal column meets the base of your brain, where your pineal gland lies. This is why they say Jesus Christ died at the age of 33 in Golgotha, the place of the skull. It's all metaphysics, you know? So, you know, a lot of y'all who throw the Bible away, a lot of you don't even understand the book. So, you know, it makes sense that you would throw it away, because how long will you simple minds love simplicity? He who has an ear, let him hear, the book says. So you ain't got an ear. You don't understand what it's all about, you know? But back to the point, man, you know? Man. Let me tell you, man. Until reciprocation is done, man. Life for a life. Child for a child. You know? And when I say that shit, yo, the people look at me like crazy. You know, these... Oh Lord, Jesus Christ, did you hear what he said? You know, he said talking about children. Motherfucker, I'm talking about children and they killing children. What the fuck? I mean, that shit, I don't know if there's something wrong with me or not. Is something wrong with me, y'all? But that shit is like pure regular logic to me. I don't know. I'm starting to think maybe I am strange in my thinking and shit. This shit is like common sense to me, you know? You want to play child killing children game, shit. Your kids walk all around and go to these schools too, you know? Shit. I don't know. You know? I don't know, man. Yo... Can't be no fucking one-man army, you know what I mean? I don't know. Starting to think I am psychopathic or a sociopath or some shit. The people make me think I am, but I know goddamn well ain't shit wrong with me or my thinking. I know that shit. Them motherfuckers walking around eyes wide shut and shit. You know, that's socially engineered slave disorder and shit. Yo, I mean, literally, when I said that shit, yo, you kill our kids, we can play that game too. And yo, niggas was like, damn, huh? I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you niggas? And I had to literally say, you know, they're killing your fucking kids. What the fuck? That's okay with you? That's it, right with you? Shit is crazy, yo. Shit is crazy, yo. Yo, we ain't got the wherewithal to fight, yo. You gotta understand, this motherfucker takes killing to a level we ain't willing to go, yo. You know what I mean? And that's the shock and awe shit that they talk about. Like when they be bombing countries and shit, and they talk about shock and awe. You know, just bombarding them with a campaign, a military campaign of bombs, back to back to back. You know, like a 48-hour bomb campaign. Bombs hitting motherfucking, you know, simultaneous spots, leveling the motherfucking city. You know, bombs coming like fucking every fucking 3 minutes. You know, then they might slack it up to like every fucking 30 minutes. They might slack it back up to like every 2 hours. Then they might go back to the every 2 minute shit. You know, just to keep you so fucking, you know what I mean, on eggshells and shit. And what that do is, yo, that traumatizes the mind, yo. You know what I'm saying? So I think they really do have a method to their madness. I don't think these are, you know, incidental things and shit. I also think that certain motherfuckers within police departments have been approached, and that some type of financial compensation is being secretly given to these motherfuckers under the table who take a life. I really do, yo. I really do, yo. Because they wanna do something right now, yo. See, I'm gonna tell you this too. They do want this war. They want a war between blacks. You know what I mean? Specifically, because like I said, we've been pegged as the race to be exterminated. Before you can just kill off a race like they did in Nazi Germany, first you must begin a propaganda campaign, a smear campaign against that race. You must get all the other races and groups to see that particular race as the problem for the economic condition of the country, the problem for the crime, the problem from all the ills that plague society. You have to peg that particular race that you want to target for extermination as that problem. The country would be better off if it wasn't for all these niggas. The country would be better off if not for the entitlement programs that all the niggas take, you know, in the form of tax dollars, welfare and shit like that. You see? This is why news media, the motherfucking the press and shit, you know, they all had the same news, man. If you got three, 4 television news stations in your motherfucking city, flip the channel, they all gonna report the same motherfucking news. That's because of these motherfucking press lines. United Press International, you know, American Press. You see? They let them know what news is fit to print. Fit to print. In fact, that was one of the slogans for one of the newspaper companies. Printing all news that's fit to print. Fit to print. And that's not journalism, yo. That's not journalism, yo. When you can turn a station and all fucking 4 stations are reporting the same fucking news, that's not journalism, yo. That's structured propaganda is what that shit is. That's not news. That's propaganda. There's no goddamn way that The same that the reporters at all those different news stations are all sharing the same goddamn thought. Now I can see that the shit is a major event, but even when it gets down to the minor shit, they all running the same thing. Even look at the morning shows, the Today Show, Good Morning America shit. Even they running the same shit, all the way down to the what's not news, are the same motherfucking, things they running each day and shit. Celebrity shit. Come on, man, that's not news. That's just entertainment. But they running the same shit even on that shit, which I call not news. You know what I'm saying? So this shit ain't news, man. This is propaganda, man. Am I crazy? Am I strange in my thinking? And is my thinking twisted, thwarted? Yeah, I've been in a whole lot of goddamn psych wards and shit. Goddamn, snatched up and thrown in the motherfucker, straight jackets, the whole nine. I've been in every one in the state of Maryland like 2 or 3 times and shit. The motherfuckers shot me up and gave me all kinds of shit. You know what I mean? Lord fucking knows what's in me. Through the grace of God Almighty, yo, I still have my motherfucking sanity. I'm one of the sanest motherfuckers that's still around. Man, Imam Isa, when he was in Bushwick, New York and shit, Dr. York, when he was in Bushwick, New York, under the Nubian Islamic Hebrews going as Imam Isa, he used to say, that Allah was going to send a Messiah, right? Which is the Savior, a Mahdi, which was the guide, and the Mujaddi, which was the reformer. That's where you get Jedi, okay? Mujaddi. Mu just means one who is of, M-U. A Muslim means one who is of peace, okay? So he's going to send a Messiah, but then he's going to send the Harbingers first. Because like the Aquarian Gospel say, before people can receive love, love's way has to be prepared. You know what I mean? That's what John the Baptist's role was. The Arbinger. The Arbinger. The forerunner. Arbinger means forerunner. The preparer. Remember, when John was doing this ministry, the people was coming to see John. They was coming to see John by the thousands. Okay? John was the one. But John was telling the people, y'all digging me, but wait till my cousin get here. He the one that y'all need to see and hear. He the one whose sandals I'm not, worthy to lace up. So then when Jesus come on the scene, Jesus tells him, John says to the people, here he go. It's my cousin. You know what I'm saying? It's my mama's sister's son. Yes, sir. This is my first cousin. Remember, man, when the Romans, when the crackers put the hit out on all the little black baby boys from the age 2 and under, it was Miriam and her sister Elizabeth, both daughters of Zachariah, the priest. They picked up their kids and, man, they ran to Africa. Both of them. The best story of it is in the Aquarian Gospel. You can find it also in the Circle 7. But the Circle 7 ain't nothing but a combination of the Aquarian Gospel and a book called Unto Thee I Grant. If you check out my YouTube video of Bro.Elihu L's library, you'll see both of them. I show you what they both look like. And the Unto Thee I Grant, it's not too much in print no more. You know what I mean? It's a heavy ass book. So when you get in the Circle 7 and you get in the back of Circle 7, after the Aquarian Gospel little portion of it, and you see things like patience, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. That comes from Unto Thee I Grant, all of that. Bro.Elihu didn't write none of that book. He just put it together. You know, he just compiled the work from previous works. You know what I mean? The white boy Levi ain't put that damn Aquarian Gospel together. You know what I mean? Both the Aquarian Gospel and Unto Thee I Grant, man, they don't even know the authorship of it, man. These were scrolls and codexes, man, that came from Africa. This is a lot of that Circle 7 in that Aquarian Gospel, man, is the lost. You know, you got a portion of Jesus' life called the Lost Books. You know what I mean? About Yahshua's infancy. You know what I mean, and things like that. But the Aquarian Gospel, you know, it's like that, man. So alright, so yeah, man, you know, we got the shit of the stories and everything, you know. But man, I don't know, man. Sometimes, yo, the shit looks, you know, promising. Like, yeah, you know, we coming along. It's slow, but we coming, you know. We coming together and shit. And you know, as long as these murders just be happening like one at a time and shit, I think it's gonna take them like to kill a big group of people, you know what I'm saying, a large group. And as long as they killing individuals, they gonna keep getting away with that. But I don't know, see, you gotta study history, y'all. I don't know if y'all remember when China, you know what I mean, when China came over here during the Clinton administration, some Chinese government leaders, you know, who had connections with a Chinese gang and shit called the Triad and shit. Some of their lead individuals who had big influence in government and actually came to this country on the behalf of the Chinese government. These was Triad fucking gang leaders who came to America and gave hundreds of thousands of dollars to the Clintons, representing China as a nation. So this shows the power that that gang has, where the Chinese government actually allowed them to come and represent their country and actually give motherfucking bribe money to the fucking president and the first lady. What kind of shit is that? You know, then invited Clinton over to China, in which he had his smorgasbord of motherfucking Chinese slave women and shit. Women who are held literally prostitution, slavery. And this motherfucker went over there like a kid in a candy store and shit. And they just let his ass just run wild. This little horny, you know, murder ass. Always getting a motherfucker knocked off and shit and murdered and shit. But he don't never go put in his own motherfucking work. You know what I mean? Real faggot ass nigga. And his wife too. How many of y'all know that Hillary Clinton father, Hillary name is Rodham, Hillary Rodham. And her father, man, was one of Chicago's top gangsters. He was a real Chicago top level gangster, like the Capone nigga, yo. There was like 5 major gangsters in Chicago in the Al Capone days, and her father, Rodham, was one of the 5. She's his daughter, yo. You know, these motherfuckers was running major hundreds of kilos of cocaine, yo, through Mena, Arkansas. Clinton had such a cocaine habit, yo, he actually had to get surgery on his nose, yo. Because it ate away the whole fucking inner bridge of his fucking, nostril leading up to his fucking brain. You talking about, sadomasochist, drug addict, gangsters and shit. You know what I mean? What the fuck? That's why, man, you really need to check out that nigga, man. I forgot the chump's name. First name Larry though, but they hit man for like fucking 30 years, he say. And he told straight up, I killed a lot of motherfuckers. He talk about the killer. Yo, he crazy as shit. He be like, lock me up. They be like, why these motherfuckers ain't never... He said, you notice they ain't never sued me for libelous. You know, he doing interviews and shit. Telling all the shit he done and seen. You know, talking about Hillary a dyke and all that kind of shit. Talking about Bill, how you know, how they killed motherfucking Wichita. Yo, they killed like fucking, the Clintons done killed like fucking 30 or more motherfuckers, yo. Anybody that they even got nervous. And you gotta remember, these motherfuckers was operating off of cocaine, yo. So they motherfucking judgment is totally twisted. They operating out of a sense of paranoia and fear, yo. And just getting motherfuckers knocked off at the slightest inclination that they think this motherfucker may tell. You know? And that's the type of shit that motherfucking gangsters do. Straight up. That's the type of shit gangsters do. And you can imagine how that little psychotic, twisted bitch Hillary, man, coming up on her daddy, seeing the way her daddy operated and conducted motherfucking, you know, affairs and shit on the streets. You know? She got that shit right from her fucking father, yo. That mindset of getting motherfuckers knocked off, you know? Not only getting motherfuckers knocked off, but having her way all the motherfucking time, too. These people are sick, man. Like I say, man, yo, you about to prepare yourself, yo. You got to prepare yourself, yo, to be able to step up and to do the same type of motherfucking, to take that shit to the same level that these motherfuckers are taking it to. And they taking that shit to levels that are pretty much diabolical and sinister. You know what I mean? But your endeavors shall be blessed. Because when you do it, you're doing it out of righteousness. And check this out. It's not really strange. Ain't nothing strange and ain't nothing changed. Because when God instructed all the men of the book, you know, to put in some motherfucking work on behalf of righteousness' sake, you know, he told them to do some serious shit. That's what that whole story of you know, Abraham and Isaac piece. Preparing this nigga to go to that extreme level. You know what I mean? And to be able to hold your motherfucking G, hold your gangster, hold your reserve and shit. You know, keep your cool. And don't never panic, yo, when you in a situation, alright? When you make a plan to do something or a strike or an attack, alright? And then it seems like the plan's starting to go real bad and real down real fucking fast. Hold your gangster. Hold your G. You feel me? Because all it takes is for one, it could be 30 cops out there and you fucking, you know, you and a couple niggas is just held up inside a building or some shit, a house or a residence. All it takes is for one cop to make a mistake. So hold your gangster, keep your resolve, keep your reserve, and watch, yo, watch closely. Cause if one cop make one mistake, that's all you need. That window may open for like a split second, like a goddamn sliding door. It'll slide open and then begin to close back. And you got to slide your ass through that motherfucking door ASAP rocket. So you got to be vigilant, man, at all motherfucking times, dog. Straight up. You know? See, you niggas, man, you niggas ain't where I'm from. Check this out, man. I'm from the projects. That's where the fuck I live, dog. Straight up. Y'all done seen on the video, man, me walking up to my motherfucking building, Jack. You know what I mean? Straight up projects and shit. But you gotta hold your motherfucking G, man. You know? I already told y'all niggas my background, the gang shit and all that shit. You know, 10 years of prison wars and all that shit, man. That's where you get tried by fire, yo. Fire purifies you, though. Fire make a nigga raw. You know what I mean? You got to burn out the soft parts, the impurities. You feel me? So that you become pure gold. That's what alchemy is all about, man. The metaphysic science known as alchemy. That's what this shit is about, man. It's about purification. When it's talking about mercury, sulfur, and all that kind of shit, these things, man, represent certain attributes. You know, certain parts of the bad ones represent certain parts of base consciousness that need to be, you know, done away with, man, so you can purify the self. That's all this shit is about. That's what you see on the Baphomet and shit. What's up, sis?
Hey, how you doing?
You be seeing like the motherfucker got like well, when he facing you, he got on the motherfucking right hand going up with the two fingers like this, right? Which is the face of Satan. Alright? He got going up like this, and it says solve. And that word is a French word meaning to dissolve. Alright? So this is when you put the metal. It's not about changing fucking lead into gold. The lead represents an impure metal, alright? Or to put it in terms of like you niggas that's familiar with the drug shit, cooking up, turning powder cocaine into freebase, right? It represents the powder cocaine that has impurities in it. It's not yet pure. Alright? And what you do is you put the powder cocaine into a vessel, right? And then you add a motherfucking acid to it. It's about acids and bases. That's why they call the shit free base. And what you're trying to do is, by introducing the acid to it and then applying motherfucking fire that's being tried by fire, right? You then remove the impurities and shit. And then you bring it all together. So his left hand is going down with, and it says coagula. That means to coagulate, to bring the shit together. First you must dissolve the impurities and then bring the shit back together to a pure substance, changing lead into gold. But like I say, this is not it's put in allegory, man. It's about really the impurities within the self. You know, the negative attributes that you possess and shit. And you must go through trials, tribulations and shit. Like I say, you have to be tried by fire, man. Man is sure to find himself where he can solve his problems best. You know what I mean? And you need these tests, man. You need struggle. You know what I mean? Because struggle, when you address it and know how to approach it from a sense of alchemy and shit, you know that these are nothing but tests that's meant to purify the character. Make the character raw, strong. You feel me? That's what that shit's all about, man. Real, straight up, yo. Tell you, man, I was taught by the masters, yo. I'm sat in the presence of the masters, yo. I'm trying to tell you, yo. And by me sitting under, you know, by the three masters that I sat under, that made me who I am. Coakley, Dr. York, and Barshango, yo. Yo, that's the recipe that I put in my soup and stirred it all together. Tried it by fire, put some heat on that motherfucker, right? And coagulated it, put it all together. Then it just, you know, let that motherfucker marinate, put some heat on that shit, bring it back together, all three. So I'm all three of them in one, man. You know? So I say, man, you can use that same recipe and shit. Pick you three of the masters, man. You know that you know that you want to be, you know, and then like in the Quran Gospel and shit, Jesus talks about the symbols of the carpenter's tools. This is the hammer. With this, you know, we knock home truth. You know, we drive home truth until it becomes a part of every part. That's what he says, man. Y'all, you niggas gotta study, yo. What the fuck wrong with y'all? This is nothing but fucking Freemasonry, man. It's all Freemasonry, man. You got to study Freemasonry, study magic. You know what I mean? That shit is so heavy, man. Now I've taught Masons. You hear what the fuck I said? I've taught Masons. Masons, I've gave little talks like this and shit. And then the first thing they ask you what lodge you belong. I don't belong no fucking lodge. Motherfucker, I went through your goddamn blue degree work by the time I was 25. Please. On my fucking own. If I was to put my shit, the shit I know, on as far as, you know, Rosicrucianism, alchemy, Freemasonry, you know what I mean? Templarism, and motherfucking Scottish right now is that I know, the degree work that I know of that shit, I'll probably be somewhere around I don't know. Somewhere probably around 28 degrees, 27 degrees. I think that's like a rural arch. That's like a rural arch or merciful master. Somewhere around there, 27 degrees. Based on the shit I know. I tell you, I know one motherfucking thing. It ain't no motherfucking Prince Halls, ain't no 3-letter or 4-letter black motherfucking Mason lodges that can fuck with me. You niggas can't hold my jock. Straight up. Niggas can't even hold my jock. Let alone my balls in your hand. You can't hold my jock, nigga. Palms ain't big enough to hold these nuts, nigga. Better use both palms. That's how big these balls and nuts is, nigga. Straight up. We got this shit up, man. I'm just fuck it. Fuck it, just tripping, man. But yeah, man. It's probably like, look at my fucking knockers and shit. We call, you know, undercovers and shit knockers here. You know, 'cause they knock your fucking doors in. That's how, you know, how we call them. On the wire, you know, them white boys had them actors saying narcs. We don't say no narc, we say knockers. Like Tommy knockers, door knockers. That's where it come from, really, door knockers. You know, we call them knockers. You got knockers and you got police. Knockers are plainclothes undercover detectives, specializing in narcotics. But really, the term applies to just any plainclothes undercover detective. It could be alcohol, tobacco, and firearms and shit. It could be FBI. Well, FBI, we use the nationwide term. We use feds for that. But, you know, pretty much knockers for just any undercover plainclothes law enforcement, you know, person. Oh yeah, let me address this shit too, man. On my Eli's new black codes, right? One of the rules and shit that I gave y'all was about setting up organizations and shit. And man, listen, if you're gonna be the founder of an organization, yo, you gotta use, listen, the examples are in the book, yo, in the Bible. Okay? You got to get you 10 or 12 like Yeshua did, man. This shit is all tried, tested, and proven to be effective. This is all Freemason science, man, that fucking works. This is all motherfucking supreme mathematics, man. You know, it's magic in having the 12, man. But really, it's about 13 because Jesus was the 13th letter. You understand what I'm saying? Yeshua was the 13th. It's not 12. Just count the 12. 12 is a magical number, though. You know, 12 months of the motherfucking year. You know what I'm saying? 12 stations or mansions in the zodiac. You know what I mean? 12 is a magical number, yo. But it's 13, yo, that makes the magic work. Straight up, yo. 13 is like 12 is like the setup, 13 is the activation. You hear what I said? 12 is the setup, 13 is the activation. It's when you flip the on switch. Oh man, I can't give you niggas too much, man. Straight up. Yeah, so, you know, you set your shit up like that, yo. But then, yo, listen, you got that, right? But when you got that many, yo, you wide open for infiltration. You wide open for a motherfucking cracking under pressure. So you got to pick motherfuckers a certain type that has a certain type of background, yo. Don't just pick 12 niggas that got good rap. Yo, you picking them not based on their rap. You picking them based on character first. You know, that knowledge and information, yo, you pick them on that premise second. You know what I mean? But you need that, you pick them, these motherfuckers on character first. He ain't got to be real smart, yo. If he got strong character, yo, if he trustworthy and loyal, he ain't gotta be one of these conscious niggas, yo. I'll pick a regular dude, man, that got a strong character, that'll just go dick hard when he need to. You feel me? One that can follow motherfucking orders to the letter. Don't improvise. You know what I'm saying? Because if I give you some instructions to carry out to do something, I'ma get that shit to you to address all motherfucking things that could possibly go wrong, because I'm just that detailed of a thinker. So, you know what I mean? Anything that could possibly go wrong, I'm going to give you a way. I'm already going to school you on how to deal with that situation. Believe that shit. Believe that shit. When it comes to shit like that, planning, plotting, scheming, all that type of shit, yo, you could pretty much say like, you can pretty much say that I have that motherfucking, what you call that shit? That, you know what they call that shit? That disorder and shit. When motherfuckers wash their hands 1,000,000 times and all that shit. You can say I'm like that shit. I'm pretty much have that obsessive disorder like that when I think and shit. My brain just works like that, yo. And that Kabbalah, yo, studying that Kabbalah too, man. You know, do y'all know that Bill Gates and them niggas built that motherfucking Windows program off of Kabbalah? How you can fucking go through certain windows and then, you know, hit the back arrow and go back to window, all the previous ones. That's nothing but Kabbalah. That's the ladder of the 10 Sephirah. Going from, you know what I'm saying, from Ketha, the crown, all the way down to Malkuth, earth. It's a ladder. They called it Jacob's ladder in the Bible. They gave you that allegory of seeing the angels going up and down the ladder. Well, that's why they call it the tree of life. It's a ladder. Well, he built that Windows program based on that. How you doing, brother? The 10 Sephirah, being to trace yourself, you know, to ascend and descend, to go forward and backward. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. That's exactly what that's what exactly inspired him to build a Windows program on the computers. The Tree of Life. Studying Kabbalah. For those who don't know, Kabbalah is a Jewish mystic system. And it's not nothing, they don't have shit to do with these European Jews. Alright? It is based on an African-Egyptian premise. A Jewish mysticism of the Jews' descendants, because the Hebrews, the Jews, and Egyptians were one people. They had a split, a difference in how they wanted to worship their deity. Because the original deity, Amun-Ra, started off right, but then it became compromised. When the motherfucker, how you doing, Nita? When the serpent seed and the dragon seed, or what we call, that's what they referred to these people back in that day. Those are the vocabulary and descriptive and adjectives that they use to describe these people. They call them dragons and serpents. We call them today reptilian. That shit is real. It's just difference in language. You know what I mean? Same shit. Now the dragon was more subtle than any beast of the field. You know what I mean? And I will put enmity between your seed and the serpent seed. Okay? And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon and his angels. But the dragon prevailed not. You know? And the dragon, serpent, whom men call the devil and Satan. You know what I mean? Who deceiveth the world. Shit like that, man. So yeah, let me wrap this up, right? About to take it on in. It was nice and shit, but now it's some overcast in the sky. It was supposed to rain all day in Baltimore and shit. I made this on the 20th. Today is the 20th, so I don't know when I may decide to run it. But yeah, it was supposed to rain all day, but we had a nice little window of sunshine and shit. Nah, that's when I decided to come out, take me a stroll, you know, do a little meet and greet with my motherfucking people. You feel me? You got to sojourn with your people, yo, at all times and shit. What's happening? You calling me? Yeah, I come. Yeah, you know. I'm gonna tell you, man, and the toughest people that you're gonna have convincing them to fight is people who have been compromised with material wealth. They don't want to fight. You know what I mean? People with good jobs and houses and cars and everything. They gonna try. What they gonna try to do is sit the fuck back and try to stay out as much as possible. But that shit ain't gonna work when the motherfucking FEMA call shit camps. When that motherfucking initiative get put in the go, when they put that shit in go, that ain't gonna save you. Ain't no police ever asked me what church I belong to, am I a Mason or none of that shit. None of that shit's gonna save you. They don't give a fuck. You a nigga till you die. If you're a rich nigga, you're a rich nigga. If you're a poor nigga, you're a poor nigga. But you never stop being a nigga. And if you get to be educated, you're just an educated nigga. I forgot who said that shit. Oh, Don King said that shit. Don King. Some powerful words. Yeah. So I'm back, man. Look, let me go ahead and wrap this up, right? Go ahead and wrap this up. This is brother Eli. Motherfucking cherry blossoms look so nice. It's brother Eli, man. Peace.